Today we're going to change the oil in a 1997 BMW Z3. If you saw my oil change on the Acura NSX, you saw that I prefer to change the oil on that one while it was on the ground with just a jack and a jack stand. But a BMW Z3, you better have a lift, especially when it has a lowering kit on it for performance handling. Anyway, I've got the BMW up on a lift, and we're going to drain the oil. You're going to need a drain pan. You're going to need a wrench. In this case, it's a 17 millimeter. Alright, you're going to need 6 quarts of oil and an oil filter. Locate and open the oil filler cap. Locate the drain plug. Remove the drain plug and drain the oil. Once the drain plug has been removed, inspect it for damage. Notice how the BMW drain plug does not have a crush washer. Take a coffee break while the oil drains. After the oil has drained, reinsert the drain plug and tighten to the manufacturer's specifications. Lower the car. Now it's time to put in the oil and change the filter. Locate and remove the oil filter receiver cap. Remove the old oil filter. Install a new oil filter. The new oil filter should come with a new O-ring. The O-ring goes on the lip of the oil receiver cap. Make sure you replace it. Now, torque down the oil receiver cap to the manufacturer's specifications. Now let's put in the oil. Alright, I like to use a funnel whenever possible. Just makes things cleaner. You don't have to clean up so much. Anyway, on the BMW Z3, I like to use Castrol GTX 5W20, just regular oil. I don't believe in any of that oil additive stuff. Honestly, I think that's just throwing your money down the drain. And the reason why I know is because I have several vehicles that have used regular oil on for the past 20-30 years. For example, I have an 88 Jeep Cherokee. Let me show you this thing. I use it every day. It's kind of like the shop truck. The only thing I've ever put in it for the past 20 some odd years is 10W30, and it runs great. It gets the same mileage as it did the day I bought it. Anyway, same thing goes with my Acura. You know, if you've watched my other videos, you've seen my Acura. Still got it, still runs great, and I've never put any oil additives in it. I just don't believe in it. One of my oldest cars is a 1978 Porsche 930 Turbo. I guess that's a 911 Turbo to some of you Porsche guys. Anyway, it's my baby. We'll be changing the oil on this thing next week. But there she is. We call that Black Betty. We also call it the Snake Eater. The Vipers don't stand a chance with this thing. You're looking at about 680 horses right here. And did all the wrenching with my own hands. It's a real sweetheart. Anywho, I don't believe in oil additives. So the BMW Z3, 6 quarts of oil. Alright, now let's put the cap on, since we've put the oil in. Now what we're going to do is we'll take a little coffee break and wait till the oil settles, and then we will check the oil level to make sure that we have the right amount. After we come back from the coffee break, I'm going to show you how to set the onboard service indicator with the diagnostic tool, because things have changed in the last few years with automobiles. They've gotten quite sophisticated. You don't just pull the plug, change the filter, and dump some old oil and pour in some new oil. These days you have to reset a computer. So that's what we'll do after the coffee break. Here we have the fault code reader and reset tool. Alright, comes in a little carry case, and it looks something like this. Little round cylinder thing with some pins on one end and a little numerical readout on the other. And it goes into the service port, which is located in the engine compartment, kind of near the passenger side front strut tower, and a little cap on it. And you insert it by lining up the pins. It's hard to mess it up. Now, you turn the key on, you insert the tool, you press the function. What we're going to do is reset the oil service. And so it should say OL. There it is, OL. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. But then you push start. And then it gives you a little countdown, and then it goes back to function. And you should have a reset oil service indicator on the dashboard. Let's go take a look. As you can see, all of the green at the very bottom underneath the odometer, all of the service lights are lit. So it has successfully been reset. Turn the car off and check the oil level now. Alright, the car has set for a little while, and it's given the oil time to drain down into the pan. And now that the car is sitting on level ground, we're going to check the oil. Now the first thing you want to do is locate the dipstick that happens to be in this car. It's right over here towards the firewall. Now, what you got to do is pull it out, wipe it off real good the first time, reinsert it, or at least this is how my dad taught me to do it years ago. Reinsert it, pull it out again, and that should be your accurate oil level. And as you can see, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it should be between those two indicator grooves in the stick. And in this case, it's perfect. Now what you do is reinsert the dipstick. Make sure you got the oil cap on. Make sure that the oil receiver cap is nice and snug. They say, check your manual for how much pressure to put on putting this back on. Also, by the way, this is a 2.8 liter inline 6 in a 97 BMW Z3. Alright, back her off the lift, take her for a test drive. I hope this has been helpful. Now it's time for me to take this little hot rod to the racetrack.